Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be showing you what I'm going to be using for Inktober, as well as talking about what I'm going to use. This is like a little Inktober vlog thing. In the background you're seeing a sped up Twitch live stream. I was making my handmade sketchbook. I'm doing that again this year, only instead of cardboard it's mixed media paper. So yes, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to approach Inktober this year. So every year I've done Inktober, which means I did not color the drawings. It would only be black and white. One year I did some color accents and then I got bored. And then I just went back to black and white again. But I always had a theme. So I would either follow a prompt list. One year I did my own thing. Then I did brown paper with gold. And then I did, or no, not really gold, metallic, because I had other colors. And then I did cardboard with gold. This year I'm going to be doing more Drawtober style, because I'm going to color everything. At least I plan on coloring everything. Maybe there'll be some that I'm like, these are nice. I don't want to color that one in. But, so my theme this year is brown. I'm not coloring in brown, because I would get sick of looking at brown for a whole month. That would be pretty. I don't want to do that. I was going to. I changed my mind. All the pens I'm going to use are going to be brown. So I got some Copic multi-liners, some Sharpies, some random pens, and all the outlines are going to be brown. And then I want to color things, so I will be using markers, maybe some watercolor. I don't want to use any colored pencil if possible. I want to stick to ink. Watercolor isn't really ink, but I don't have colored inks, so we're loopholing it. Watercolor. But I want to primarily use markers, because that's actually ink. And my markers are drying out, and I'm not even using them. So it's like, listen, if they're going to dry out anyway, I want to dry out while I use them, not just dry out because they're sitting here. So I'm probably going to kill some of my markers, which is going to be sad, but I'd rather them be dead because I use them. So, yes. As for a prompt list, I'm not going to be following the official prompt list or any other prompt list. I was going to try Inktober because there is a project I want to start. I don't know when I will actually start it, and when I start it, it will take me probably months to actually produce anything for you to see. And I don't want to talk about it in case I change my mind, and I don't want to have anything else promised because I already have 2 coloring books I was gonna do, and I never finished those. So I need to at least finish a coloring book before I can promise anything else. But I was going to do that for character development and design, world building. But I was like, I don't want to make it a big project because then I'll be stressed out. I want to just have fun. Then I was going to take different prompts from different prompt lists that I liked and then make my own prompt list. And I was like, no, I don't. I'm going through my I'm tired of being told what to do era, and I don't really want to follow a prompt list. Like, I just want to do whatever I want to do with my artwork, because I've spent so long trying to make artwork that is, I guess, marketable, that I don't really draw what I want anymore. So I don't really draw that much anymore because I don't want to. But I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to really make money doing social media, so screw it. I'm going to do what I want. So I'm going to instead draw whatever I want, but I wrote a list, but not a prompt list. More like a list of things I want to draw. Let me get my book and I can read off the prompt list to you. Well, it's not really a prompt list, like I said, but I've been doing Inktober since 2015. I'm used to just calling it a prompt list. Okay, what is this? I don't know why that's there. So I want to do some Bioshock fan art. I want to do some Entropy 02 fan art. Slime Rancher fan art, Stardew Valley fan art, Portal fan art because the anniversary is in October and I always try to do one Inktober drawing for Portal. I want to do some Jawas and Princess Leia because I draw Carrie Fisher on her birthday as Princess Leia. So if you don't know what Bioshock is, that's a video game. It's kind of dark and scary. If you want to see me play through the first 2 games and one of the second game's DLC, you can go on my gaming channel. And Trophy02, that's going to be coming out on my channel during October. That is a Half-Life 2 mod. It's fun. I loved it. So I want to do some fan art of that. Slime Rancher is another video game. It's really cute. Stardew Valley is another game I want to do fan art of. Portal's a game. Yeah. And then on the bottom here, I have other things that I want to draw that isn't fan art. I'm trying to like separate it out and make gaps in case I want to add things I would like to draw but I don't want to forget. I can write it on the list. So I have bunny flies. That's a little creature I made up. Audrey, that's my Inktober character. Apathy Cat, that's another Inktober character. Junimo and Jazargo, my two cats. I wanted to draw them together in a cute picture because Junimo is named after the little Junimos from Stardew Valley, and Jazargo is named after a Khajiit, which is a wizard cat in Skyrim. So I wanted to draw one with a little leaf on his head and one with a little wizard hat. I thought it would be cute. And just things like autumn, pumpkins, owls, and just animals because I want to draw some animals. So that's kind of what I'm just doing. I'm just doing like random stuff that I want to do. As for my sketchbook, since you're looking at me make it, I'm going to talk about it. I don't know the exact dimensions, to be perfectly honest. It's pretty small. It's smaller than a standard sheet of printer paper. I don't know. I'm trying to estimate. I'm not good at it. Maybe I'll measure if I can find a ruler. But it's just kind of a small one. The outside is done with cardboard that I got from my old job. And the inside is mixed media paper that I cut down. It is from Speedball. And it's Yin Fang mixed media paper. I have done swatches on it. Of course I do the swatches after I make the book. Because that's the best time to make swatches. After the book is already made and you have to use it regardless. It takes the watercolor okay, it bubbles a little bit, but it dries relatively flat. It bleeds extremely quick with markers, so I'm gonna have to keep paper underneath. The pens work fine on it. Markers blend on it. So it's good. It's gonna be good for what I want to do. I'm gonna be drawing only on one side because of the bleeding. There are 32 pages, so the first page I had for swatches and then 31 for Inktober. And the plus side of this is I don't have to worry about trying to shove a theme out of the way to do either the Portal or the Princess Leia thing because I can just draw whatever I want. So yes, I guess I'm going to switch over now to the finished sketchbook and then show you the pens I'm going to use. Hello, here we go. So, here is the finished book. I wanted this to just lay flat, but this bled out, so I colored over it to make it look kind of like wax, like, you know, when you like the little stamp with the wax. So let me give you a little cover tour. Stickers from Michael's Creatology. I cannot pronounce it very well. I cannot find these anymore. I cannot find the Creatology stickers like anymore. I don't know if they've come back since I looked, but I looked multiple times and I can't find them anymore. So when these are out, I'm going to be out of them forever and I'm going to be sad. But I gave it a really autumny theme. Okay, so this tape is from Mirabile. It's on both sides. This is from Bailey J. Let me show you closer what they look like. This is the Mirabile one, and this is the Bailey J one. And these two were just given to me as gifts. Then we have some ladybugs, sunflowers, and mushrooms. Here is my prompt list that I was telling you about. I made it on line paper, and if I want to add something, I can just add it to the list. That's why I have gaps. In case I want to do fan art, it'll be up here, and other things will be down here. I recorded the swatching, so I'll put the swatching up after showing off what I'm using. So here are the swatches that are done. And as you can see, Sharpies, Dollar Store, Micron, Stublio, Copic, watercolor, this is blending with marker, and this is marker. The paper bleeds heavily. That if you do like one stroke of a pen, it bleeds like immediately. I can show you on my little makeshift swatching book. This is just the paper I cut off, and I just put some rubber bands around it because I wasn't going to waste materials on it. But if I can just show you how easily this paper blends, I have to remember to put paper underneath, or else I'm going to screw this book up royally. One line, and look, it's already bled through. So if I was going to review this paper, it's nice paper. I like the paper. Haven't done a full illustration on it. That opinion might change, but bleeds immediately. Make sure you have a cardboard or a paper underneath. I might actually cut a piece of cardboard out specifically so when it bleeds it doesn't go through, because when it bled through, when I was swatching, this is the swatches bleed through, and it bled through this. And if I'm coloring, I'm not going to notice. It's going to bleed through this and maybe bleed onto the next page. So I might just cut a piece of cardboard about this size just to cover it up. But here is list swatches. I like that it's thinner than my other book. My other book was made out of cardboard, so it was super thick. There are 3 segments. I cut all this paper down myself. I said earlier the brand of the paper, but I'll show you the book that I cut the paper out of. I was going to use Canson, but Canson was more expensive, and I was using a gift card sent to me as a gift, so I wanted to save the most amount of money because I don't want to pay for it myself because paper's expensive and I have a lot of paper, just not mixed media paper. It's all expensive paper that I don't use because I'm afraid I'm going to ruin it. But here's the paper I used. Obvious, but it has Velcro. Here's the spine. I really like this like warm autumny look I gave it. Here's the back. I sewed this bit on, and this is the tape to keep the edges down. And I sewed these little gears on it with a little clock. So it's kind of like autumnal steampunk, I guess. But here's the book. I'm really proud of it. Yes. So that's the book, and now I'm going to show you all of the pens I'm going to use. Like I said, I'm going to use markers. You see them right here. Ignore this cord. I have an extension cord. It still gets in the way. I don't understand. So here are the pens. So I think this is just a makeup bag. I honestly want to decorate it. I might do that, but not now. I don't wear makeup either. I think, you know, when you go to like a secondhand store, have a bunch of little bags with 25 cents. That's where this came from. So we're going to start off with, I guess we'll go from expensive to cheap. This is a pencil. We don't care about that right now. So the most expensive is these. These are the Copic multi-liners. I have them in 4 sizes. I wanted the Sakura Microns as a set, but I couldn't find a brown set. Only a sepia set, and it didn't even have multi-liners. It had 2 multi-liners and then a brush pen. I hate Micron brush pens. They always fray. And a chisel pen, which I don't do calligraphy, so I have no use for. So I got these instead. Also with the gift card. So they're like a normal fine liner. Let me get the thickest one so you can see it. It's just a fine liner. Honestly, trying to find brown is actually really hard. I was going to get dip ink because I have dip pen. And last year's theme was brown cardboard with dip pen and gold highlights or gold accents, but ink's expensive. I didn't get one. Then we are going to go to this. I already had this brown micron, so it's probably going to die by the end of Inktober, but it's 01 micron. It's in brown. Then we're going to go with Sharpies. This one's kind of old, but it's a little thicker than the thickest one, so, and it's a little darker, but for outlines and thicker lines, a normal brown Sharpie. I already had this too. Honestly, the only stuff I bought for Inktober was the paper and these, and I didn't go to the store. I got it on Amazon, which is why we didn't get a store montage this year, unfortunately. Times are rough. I can't afford to go to the store. And an old Bic marker for thicker lines. But I can't really use these if I use marker until after, because these will bleed because they're technically like alcohol. These are the cheapest. So these are some Stablios that I already owned too. This one's thicker. And this one's a lot thinner. These are not waterproof, so I'll have to do these after if I use watercolor. These also aren't waterproof. These are really old. I got them from the dollar store. Honestly, don't even know if the dollar store sells them anymore. But they're like really fine pointed gel pens. But they're nice for sketchy looks. Like I did that eye. See how they look really nice and smooth? It's like a really dark, almost black brown, but it's brown. So that's the brown. I'll be using white pens as well. These are my jelly rolls. I have a Uniball, but I can't find it. Ah, here it is, hidden in the middle. So I'll be using white pen, obviously, for highlights when I color things, and also for correction. And then, you know, just pencils for sketching, you know, that's standard. I have this brown pencil. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. And, you know, like just normal pencils, nothing special. I'm thinking instead of using my big watercolor set, because that's what I always use, I'm going to use this. It's been a minute since this has been on the channel. It's been a long time. It's limited colors, but I don't want to get too crazy with the colors. So we're probably going to just use this campus watercolor set. If I use watercolor, super old, it's got Star Wars stickers on it. And then here are my markers. I guess I could pull out the different brands real quick. So here are the different brands. This is Copic Chow. This is a Copic Sketch. This brand, and this brand I all got from Five Below. This brand acts like alcohol, is marketed as water, and it's weird. It doesn't blend. I don't understand what it is, but it is nice for flat colors, so I'll use it. This marker is really good. I did a review for this and for these, so if you want to see my Blick marker review for these two, that's up on the channel. Prismacolor, I remember when these were the OGs, and Pro markers, which I only have a couple gray ones, I think, and maybe a yellow and an orange. And then we have Azure markers, which you can't really see the logo because I taped over the number code because they rub off. Well, this one's actually not bad. It's rubbing off a little bit. And here's one where it's almost completely rubbed off. So I put the number code on here so I know which one it is. So if I have a duplicate, because I did have some duplicates, I can use that. But yeah, that's the markers I'm going to be using, the watercolors I'm going to be using. There's the pens. So it's basically going to be like Inktober / Drawtober, which I always want to do a Drawtober where I make drawings that aren't just like line art. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I guess we're gonna flip on over to when I just swatch the stuff out.
As I was harmony and sync, coordinated on stage performing. Together we'll show them what we think. When your eyes are tuned to only black and white, if the world defies reality, a broken record repeating minor chords, yes, I'll be there to give you color and light. I will paint with you a melody, you'll paint me a song. Every moment, every detail, I will color with my heart and soul. Colors may not be the best, but I have to let you know a part of you is in this melody. A melody. Be together a melody. Be together a melody. Be together a melody. Be together a melody. Come paint